Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about watering your grass. In this video, I'll be telling you how often you should water your grass. I'll tell you why you should be watering your grass that often, and I'll also give you a few quick tips that will help you have a greener, thicker, better, fuller lawn. With that being said, let's get right into the video. As you can see right here, I'm watering my grass, and as you can see by the sort of discoloration of the grass, it hasn't received enough water recently. So I figured that I would make this video just to tell you about the specifics of watering your grass. Now, it all depends on where you live and how often the grass will be getting natural rain where you live. But generally speaking, you should be watering your grass for at least 1 hour every single week. Even if your grass is receiving a regular amount of rain, you should still be providing it with about an hour of water a week. Now, when I say an hour of water, I mean an hour of water in each spot. So that means that if I'm going like this and I'm just watering like this, I'm gonna have to do it for longer than an hour because I'm spreading the water out. If I was to literally stand like this for 1 hour, then that spot that's receiving the water would be getting enough water for the week, and then I would have to move on. Now, obviously that's not a practical thing to do because it would take me pretty much the whole week of just watering straight without ever taking a break to water this back area of my house. So what do we use instead? Well, we use a sprinkler. Now, you can actually get a sprinkler system installed in the ground, or you can just use a regular sprinkler like this one over here. What I do is I attach it to the hose, and it's really cool because there are so many different ways to adjust it. So you can actually adjust it in this way, which is going to adjust where it is actually moving. You can adjust the actual nozzles to sort of bring them closer together or further apart, just like that. And you can adjust the flow, which is basically how high up in the air the water is going to be going. Now, even with the sprinkler, let's say I have this sprinkler right here, and it's going back and forth, and I leave it for 1 hour. Well, guess what? That means that each part of the grass is not getting enough water because the sprinkler is going back and forth. So in an hour, it did not cover this part of the grass for an hour. It covered both sides. So I'd probably have to leave it on for about 2 hours in order to cover the entire area effectively. Now, why do we water the grass, and why is it important to water the grass? Well, grass is just like any other plant. It's very similar to most other plants in the sense that it needs water, it needs sunlight, it needs nutrients to grow. And since water is a key factor, you need to water the grass. Now, if you do live in an area where it rains frequently, very frequently, I still recommend watering it for at least an hour a week just to make sure that it's getting enough water. I mean, you know, you're going to ensure that the grass is getting enough water, which is going to prevent it from becoming discolored and getting this yellowish color just like this. Now, if you live in an area, or if you're going through a time where there's not enough water, then you have to increase that amount. So just as of recently, and you know, I don't know when you're going to see this video because I'm filming it and I'm probably going to post it in the future, but as of recently, with regards to when I'm filming this video, there hasn't been a lot of rain where I live. So that means that the grass hasn't been getting enough water, and you know, I haven't done a great job at actually watering it. I'm just going to be honest. So with that being said, that's why it's discolored right here. So it's very important to water the grass and make sure you're also cutting it on a regular basis. But with regards to how often you should be watering your grass, I would say minimum 1 hour a week. And if you're going through periods of time in which there is a lack of rain or a lack of water that the grass is receiving naturally, then you should up that to 2 or 3 hours a week. And the great thing is that if you use a sprinkler, just like the one I was showing you over here, that's the one that I regularly use, you know, and you use it on the weekend, you can set it up in your backyard Saturday morning, let it go for a few hours, set it up in your front yard Saturday afternoon, let it go for a few hours, and you'll probably be good to go for the week, as long as it's, you know, continually covering back and forth the areas and so forth. And that's basically, you just have to use your judgment. But as a rule of thumb, grass needs at least 1 hour of water per week in each area. Once again, if you're doing it by hand, then, you know, going like this, I'd have to go for longer than an hour because each part of the ground is not getting a continual amount of water. Like if I was going like this, then obviously I could stay for an hour like this and I would just have this area covered. So if you're kind of just going back and forth like that and doing it by hand, then you have to up that amount. It's going to be more than an hour because each area of the grass needs about an hour of water with regards to sort of the regular amount of water pressure from a hose just like this. And that's basically it. In this video, I have talked to you about watering your grass. I've told you how often you should water your grass and some situations in which you should be watering your grass more than what I had said with regards to the 1 hour per week per area of the grass. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.